Hello! It's been quite a while since my last pickups video, so I've got quite a few games to show you. We'll start with the oldest console first. This is for the PSP, Pixel Junk Monsters Deluxe. This is the very first tower defense game I ever played, but I played it on the PS3. This is the most fun I've ever had playing a tower defense game. If you can play this with a friend, definitely do it. It's also available on PlayStation 3, PSP, PS Vita, and Steam. The Vita and the Steam version are the complete editions, so if you can, get those. And Steam has multiplayer, so I highly recommend that version the most. They never made a physical version for the PlayStation 3, so I am settling for the PSP version. I've actually never played it on the PSP before. This is the only physical version I could get for it, and so I'm happy to have this. It's one of my favorites. Okay, next I'll do PlayStation 4, and we're going to start with Signalis. This is a survival horror game, and the style is like the original PlayStation Resident Evils. That classic gameplay with the static camera and the chunky polygons. I've only played a little bit of this so far, but it has an incredible soundtrack and a really great atmosphere. And it's more sci-fi than the classic Resident Evils. And so I don't know much about it, but I don't think it's trying to be Resident Evil, but it is imitating that style, which I think is really cool. I like how games draw on styles from the past and add new and modern features. Okay, next we have Shadow of the Ninja Reborn. This is oh God. It's okay. Everything is okay. Shadow of the Ninja Reborn is made by Tango Project, the same people who've been making Ninja Warriors, Pocky and Rocky, Reshrined, and the Wild West redo, I believe, remaster, where they're taking these older sprite-based games and remastering them, adding new sprites, new animations, and just remaking the entire game. Now this game has been out for a while, but I had my copy ordered through Strictly Limited Games, and as a lot of people know, it seems like they've had a lot of problems getting their games out, but this one finally came. And I think this was the only version that has shipped. I think there's also a Switch version and a PlayStation 5 version, but I don't think either of those have shipped yet. I could be wrong. Anyway, I'm really excited about this. I remember renting the original game for the Nintendo and always liking it. And I played the demo of this game and really enjoyed what I played so far, so I'm excited to play this one too. Next we have Lunar, the Remastered Collection. I talked a lot about this in my game chat video I just did, but all I'll say is I have since beat it. I love it. I'm going to wait on starting the second game. I'm not gonna do 2 RPGs in a row. I'm gonna mix it up. But I absolutely will play the second game this year, and if it's anything like the first, I'm going to love it. Okay, now we're on to the Nintendo Switch. We've got Dredge. This is a really interesting game. When I heard about it, that it was kind of a spooky horror game based around fishing, I said no, hard pass, not for me. Then I believe we got a demo. I tried that out and I saw what people were talking about. It seemed very interesting. It was well written. The gameplay was fun. I started playing it. I got kind of deep into it, and then I realized I wanted to wait and finish this around Halloween. So that's what I'm gonna do. Trigger Heart Excelica. This is another game I've had pre-ordered for a very long time, and it kept getting delayed and kept getting delayed, and it finally came out. This was originally an arcade game, but I knew it from its Dreamcast release. It was a Japanese release only, but I got to play it around 2002 or 2003. There was a whole bunch of shooters released after the Dreamcast ceased production, and this was one of them. And I remember really liking it. So when I saw that it was getting a physical re-release, I really wanted to grab it. And I've since played it and I've beaten it a couple of times, and I really, really like this. The visual style is not my favorite. It's kind of slick and too, I don't know how to describe it. Also, if we look at the cover again, it's just too much and too confusing. And I guess that's kind of, to me, is the visual style of the game as well. It's just kind of too much and too confusing. But anyway, it plays great. It has one of those mechanics where you can grapple the enemy and then spin it around and use the enemy as a weapon. And it's kind of like a screen clearing weapon. So it's a lot of fun, a really great shooter. And I believe they just released an upgraded version of this, but I think this was for Japan only. This was a North American release, so you can still get this easily. And I do recommend it. Okay, this is Panic in Sweets Land, I think. It's all in Japanese. This was a dud. I thought it looked cool. It was a 2D side-scrolling sort of action game. But man, the animation is really poor, and just the game itself is not very fun. Yeah, I'll be selling this one off. Aww. Okay, we have a couple of limited run games I got in with Shin-Chan, Shiro, and the Coal Town. I believe this is a sequel to the last Shin-Chan game, which are both based on the Boku no Natsuyami. Boku no Natsuyasuhami. Boku no Natsuyami. So both of the Shin-Chan games are based on the Boku no Natsuyasumi games. In those games, you play as a young Japanese boy visiting family in the countryside. And you just have an adventure, catching bugs, going fishing, exploring, having adventures as a kid. Now this one I believe is a little different. As was the last Shin-Chan game, there was some time travel elements in it, and I think this has similar mechanics and similar ideas going on in it. I'm excited to play this. I wish this was also on the PlayStation 4 or 5. The last game was, but this one for some reason only released on the Switch. Well, anyway, I am looking forward to playing this probably later this year. The last Switch game I've got is Cosmic Fantasy Collection 2. I don't know much about these except they're RPGs that previously never had an American release, I believe. So I am excited to play these. I love the visual style of them. They have a lot of animated cutscenes, I believe, that look really cool. Just that older style of anime that I really like. And it looks like this has 3 games on it. Cosmic Fantasy 3, Cosmic Fantasy 4 Prelude to Legend, and Cosmic Fantasy 4 Van's Return. Okay, we're on to PlayStation 5, and this is C-Smash versus Sega's Cosmic Smash Reimagined. Now this can play in PlayStation VR, but is also just a regular game. And of course, this is basically a remake of the Sega Dreamcast game. I've always wished I could have a physical version of the Dreamcast game, but now it goes for around $200 something, and I just can't spend that kind of money on a game. Like I said, this is a remake, a reimagining of the game, and it retains a lot of the visual style and the visual elements, and I love that. I also grabbed this game on VR. I have a MetaQuest 2, and I have this game on there as well, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm excited to try just a regular non-VR version on the TV. Love Cosmic Smash. I even made a thing for the channel of a recreation of the Cosmic Smash opening scenes where it says,
"Brought to you by Sega.
Brought to you by Galactoid." Trying to recreate the visual and audio aesthetic of that because I just love that futuristic style it has. It's so cool. Sega was on a different level back then, I have to tell you. They were just so cool. Okay, now we have Jusant. This is a sort of atmospheric mountain climbing game. There's no combat, there's no enemies. The soundtrack was nice. Visually it was nice. I have beaten this game, and I guess at the end of the day, it didn't really live up to what I was hoping for or expecting. I just didn't really click with it like I had hoped I would. Okay, Euphoria 2. Sunsoft is back, baby. I've never played Euphoria 1. All I know is this game looks so cool. It's a 2D side-scrolling platform game. The graphics look as if they're made from arts and crafts, including the dialogue windows, which are made out of the pixel magnets, like I've got here. I made these guys. These are just two I had on hand, but I used to sell these a lot at booths, at fairs and things, and put magnets on the back. Okay, here's an interesting one. This is the Diofield Chronicle. This is a Square Enix kind of strategy RPG game. It's a little more real-time than your standard tactics game. A lot of tactics games are grid-based, and you stand and wait for your turn and this kind of thing, and you move per grid space. This one you control just in an open world, and of course you have limits to where you can go, but otherwise you're pretty free to attack how you want and from what angle and that kind of thing. I'm enjoying it. I probably got about maybe halfway through, maybe a little under halfway through, and I'm enjoying it. It kind of, let's see, there's a lot of political intrigue, which maybe that's common for tactics games. I'm not sure. I'm kind of new to that genre, but I have to be honest, that kind of stuff bores me. Political intrigue and, who's backstabbing who, and I don't know. I just don't like it. But otherwise, I'm enjoying the game. I do like the gameplay. I do like the leveling up and the weapon creation systems, and the story is a little thick. It's a little involved, and that kind of wears me out. So I am currently taking a break. I will go back to it and finish it. I have to say, I love the art style. Look at this cover again. Look at that. All the portraits and everything in game are that same art style, and I love it. I wish the whole game looked like this.
I'm not stopping here.
Thank goodness you were here. Would you mind if I asked your names?
Romancing Saga 2: Revenge of the Seven. I don't have much to say about this, except I played the demo and I absolutely loved it. So I waited for a sale and I grabbed this pretty dang cheap. So I'm excited to play this RPG. Okay, speaking of tactics, here's Metal Slug Tactics. This is an oddball game. Metal Slug is known for being a 2D run and gun shooter, and there hasn't been a Metal Slug game in quite a while. And then here comes Metal Slug Tactics. I love that they're using the 2D sprites for this, and I'm excited to check it out and play it. I missed out on this somehow when Limited Run put it out. I missed the pre-order window, even though I really wanted to get it. And then VGP had a restock of these. I didn't know they even carried it, so I grabbed it immediately. And last time I checked, there were still lots of copies available. So, okay, we have Visions of Mana. This is another RPG that I played the demo of and loved. I've never played a Mana game before, so this will be my first. The colors are beautiful and the graphics looked amazing. So I'm excited to try this. Okay, also speaking of tactics, Tactics Ogre Reborn. I'm just kind of jumping into the tactics genre. Previously, all I've played has been Valkyria Chronicles, and I don't know that you would even call that a tactics game. More like a strategy game or real-time strategy game, or I'm not sure. I know it's not the same as these, where they're grid-based, like a Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics. So I think I would really like that because I loved Valkyria Chronicles. I think I would like this kind of gameplay as well. So I finally found a PS5 copy for very cheap, so I grabbed it. By the way, I am looking forward to the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster release coming out later this year. I will be getting that as well. Okay, and finally we've got Alone in the Dark. Now, I wanted this since it came out, but I wanted to wait until a sale. I heard the reviews and they weren't so great, but I thought it still looked really good, so I waited till I could find it pretty cheap, And so this will be another game I save until Halloween this year and play it around Halloween. And I can't wait. It stars the guy from Stranger Things, David Harbour, and someone named Jodie Comer. Okay, those are all my pickups from about the last 3 months or so. And so I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Now get out there and rack up some experience.